Hello students, today you are going to study a new topic, that is Kingdom-Animalia. You have studied 5 kingdom system of classification in second chapter. Okay, so that 5 kingdom system of classification was proposed by R.H. Whittaker in 1969. Okay, so that 5 kingdom system of classification includes 5 kingdoms. The first one was the Kingdom Monera, second one was Kingdom Protista, third one was Kingdom Fungi, fourth one was Kingdom-Animalia, and the fifth one is Kingdom-Plantae. Okay, so in this way you have studied 5 kingdoms in that chapter. Let us see a new topic, that is the Kingdom-Animalia. You have to study this Kingdom-Animalia in detail. Okay, so as I said earlier, there is a great diversity of animals exist on earth, and it's not possible to remember or to recognize all these animals, okay, without their proper classification. So for classifying all these animals, different types of criteria were considered by different scientists. Let us see all those criteria one by one. So first criteria was a grade of organization. This criteria involves 3 different types of grades of organization of the cells. First one is cellular grade type of organization, then the cell and tissue type of organization, and the last one is tissue and the organ level type of organization. As I said earlier, so tissue means it is a aggregation of the cells, or it is a group of cells. Okay, that is called as a tissue. So cell tissue level type of organization, then the tissue organ level type of organization means when different types of tissue aggregate to form a particular organ. So that type of organization is called as a tissue organ type of organization. Second criteria was a body symmetry. Okay, whether the organism is asymmetrical, bilaterally symmetrical, or radially symmetrical. So body symmetry includes 3 different types of symmetry, that is asymmetry, bilateral symmetry, and the radial symmetry. Asymmetry means when a particular animal is divided into 2 equal halves, and the section should be passing through its center. If it is not divided into 2 equal halves, I repeat my sentence, asymmetry means if a particular animal is not divided into 2 equal halves, passing through its center, that section should be passing through its center, then that symmetry is called as asymmetry. म्हणजे सेक्शन हा मधून पास झाला पाहिजे, बरोबर की नाही, आणि तो ऑर्गॅनिझम दोन 50-50 पार्ट मध्ये डिवाइड झाला पाहिजे. तशा पद्धतीने जर डिवाइड होत असेल कोणत्याच प्लेन मध्ये, कोणत्या बॉडी प्लेन मध्ये तो डिवाइड होत नसेल तर त्याला असिमेट्री असं म्हणतात. सेकंड वन इज कॉल्ड ॲज ए रॅडियल सिमेट्री. ओके, in which you have studied. Okay, so second type, that is the radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means when a particular organism or a particular animal is divided into 2 equal halves at any plane, then that type of symmetry is called as a radial symmetry. Then bilateral symmetry means if a particular animal is divided into 2 equal halves, passing through a section should be passing through its center, and it is only one plane where that particular animal is divided into 2 equal halves. That symmetry is called as bilateral symmetry. म्हणजे असा एक कट असतो की ज्याच्यामधून तो दोन 50-50 पार्ट मध्ये डिवाइड होतो, म्हणजे एकाच प्लेन मध्ये. दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज बायलॅटरल सिमेट्री. आपल्यामध्ये बायलॅटरल सिमेट्री बघायला मिळते. हा जो हायड्रा आहे याच्यामध्ये रॅडियल सिमेट्री बघायला मिळते. त्याचप्रमाणे पॉलिफॉर्म जो असलेले जे जेलीफिश आहे त्याच्यामध्ये अनेक अशा पद्धतीने प्लेन्स बघायला मिळतात की त्या प्लेन्स मधून जर सेक्शन घेतला तर ती जी अॅनिमल बॉडी आहे ती आपण दोन 50-50 पार्ट मध्ये डिवाइड करू शकतो. तर हायड्रा जो आहे हा टिपिकली पॉलिफॉर्म आहे, हा रॅडियल सिमेट्री दाखवतो. त्याचप्रमाणे जेलीफिश आहे याच्यामध्ये रॅडियल सिमेट्री बघायला मिळते, पण आपल्यामध्ये फिश मध्ये अशा पद्धतीने बायलॅटरल सिमेट्री बघायला मिळते. तर हे जे स्पॉन्जेस आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये असिमेट्री बघायला मिळते, म्हणजे यांची जी बॉडी आहे ती दोन 50-50 पार्ट मध्ये डिवाइड होत नाही. यांची जी बॉडी आहे ती दोन 50-50 पार्ट मध्ये डिवाइड होते, आणि ती कोणत्याही प्लेन मध्ये डिवाइड होते, कारण का यांचा जो फॉर्म आहे तो पॉलिफॉर्म आहे आणि दुसरा आहे तो मेडुसा फॉर्म आहे. इथे लक्षात. तर आपल्या एकाच प्लेन मधून फक्त आपली बॉडी जी आहे ती दोन 50-50 पार्ट मध्ये डिवाइड होऊ शकते. तर अशा पद्धतीने दुसरा जो क्रायटेरिया होता तो आहे बॉडी सिमेट्री. लेट अस मूव टुवर्ड्स द थर्ड criteria that was considered by scientists for classification of different animals in different categories. that was the body cavity. Okay, so it is a cavity present in the, it is a one type of cavity present between a body wall and the alimentary canal, and that cavity is called as a body cavity. So this particular criteria involves, or this includes, three different types of body cavity. First one is a coelomate, then the second one is pseudocoelomate, and the third one is coelomate. When a coelom cavity is present in a particular animal, then that animal is called as a coelomate type of animal or a coelomate animal. If it is absent, that cavity, when that cavity is absent, then that animal is called as a coelomate, and when that cavity is false, then it is called as a pseudocoelomate. Okay, then the next criteria is a germ layer. Okay, so this particular criteria involves two types of germ layers or two types of animals mainly. First one is diploblastic and the triploblastic. So diploblastic means those animals have two body layers like the ectoderm and the endoderm. Ectoderm means the outer layer and the inner one is called as a endoderm. While the triploblastic means those animals have three layers of their body wall is called as a triploblastic. Triploblastic means ectoderm, endoderm, and the middle one is called as a mesoderm. So this is a next criteria that was considered for classification of all these animals into different categories, into different phylums. Okay. And the next one is segmentation. So this involves two types of segmentations like the segmented body and the asegmented body. If it is segmented, so this type of segmentation you can properly observe in case of leech as well as a earthworm. So that particular body is called as a segmented body, and if those segments are absent, then it is called as a segmented body. So all these criteria were considered by different scientists for the classification of all these animals into different categories. Let us move towards the animal body plane. Next one is animal body plane. So this is most important criteria that was considered by scientists. So this body plane involves three different types of body planes. First one is cell aggregation body plane. So in this organization or this aggregation, cells do not form a tissue or a organ level of organization, and there is a minimal division of a labor. Understood? So this type of aggregation is called as a cell aggregation. It means that these cells do not aggregate and these cells do not form a tissue or a organ level type of organization. परत मी सांगतोय त्याच्यामध्ये टिश्यू ऍग्रिगेशन म्हणजे फक्त सेल्स ऍग्रिगेट झाले, तिथे टिश्यू फॉर्म झालेला नाहीये किंवा कोणत्याही प्रकारचा ऑर्गन फॉर्म झालेला नाहीये. इट मीन्स दॅट सेल्स डू नॉट फॉर्म टिश्यू ऑर ऑर्गन. देर इज ओनली डिव्हिजन ऑफ वर्क, म्हणजे प्रत्येक सेलला असं काम वाटून दिलेलं आहे. दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज ए मिनिमल डिव्हिजन ऑफ लेबर. ओके, सो दिस इज first type of animal body plane. Second body plane is blind sac. Okay, so it is a tube like body. Okay, it is a tube like body, and this tube has only one opening. So digestion process takes place through that particular tube. Okay, so ingestion and egestion, that is intake of food material and the excretion of undigested food material takes place through a same opening. Okay, that is called as a blind sac type of body plane, which is mainly found in this particular animal that is called as a hydra. Okay, now just move towards the third type of this animal body plane, that is a tube within the tube body plane. I repeat my sentence. This is third type of body plane, that is tube within tube body plane. So digestive system, in this particular tube within tube body plane, a digestive system is present and a body cavity, a body cavity is present in the in this. Okay, so this is a complete digestive system. This shows a complete digestive system which starts from a mouth and a anus. Understood? So this type of body plane is called as a tube within tube body plane. ओके, म्हणजे काय आहे, डायजेस्टिव्ह सिस्टीम आहे याच्यामध्ये की जी कम्प्लीट आहे, की दी ही जी डायजेस्टिव्ह सिस्टीम आहे ती माउथ पासून स्टार्ट होते आणि याचा जो दुसरा जो एंड आहे ओपनिंग आहे त्याला म्हणतात एनस. ओके, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज ए डायजेस्टिव्ह सिस्टीम. नाउ जस्ट मूव टुवर्ड्स द yes, so these are different criteria of the animal classification. Let us move towards the first phylum, that is a Porifera. So this first phylum is Porifera. So this word is made up of two basic words. First one is pori and the fera. Pori means pores and fera means bearing. It is the first phylum of kingdom Animalia. Let us see the characters of first phylum Porifera one by one. Mostly these animals are aquatic and most of them are marine water, while very few animals are freshwater animals. I repeat my sentence. First character is these animals are aquatic, no doubt. Okay, most of them are marine water, while very few animals are fresh water, and these are commonly known as sponges. Okay, these are asymmetrical. These animals are basically asymmetrical and their body is colonial. Okay, म्हणजे कॉलनी मध्ये अशा पद्धतीने हे एनिमल्स बघायला मिळतात. So their body is basically colonial. These animals are, and the most important thing is that these animals are sedentary, means these are attached to the particular substratum. That is called as sedentary animals. Okay, then their body is perforated by small openings which are known as ostia. यांची जी बॉडी आहे याच्यावरती स्मॉल अपर्चर्स असतात. सो देअर बॉडी इज परफोरेटेड बाय स्मॉल ओपनिंग्स और अपर्चर्स which are called as ostia, and they have a big aperture that is called as towards the anterior side, which is called as a osculum. Okay, so this is simply regarding the osculum and the ostia. So ostia are small apertures and the osculum is a big aperture. Okay, so water is circulated through canal system which is called as a spongocoel. Okay, then the spongocoel is lined by special cells which are known as a calcareous cells or spongocoel is lined by collar cells. Spongocoel is lined by collar cells. These are special types of cells mainly found in the animals. So this Porifera shows these examples, that is the Cypha, then the Euspongia, then the Euplectella. Okay, so these are specific examples of this particular phylum, that is phylum Porifera. So spongocoel cavity, याच्यामध्ये आतमध्ये जी cavity असते, so this spongocoel cavity is lined by special cells which are known as collar cells. Okay, then their body is mainly supported by special cells which are known as calcareous or the siliceous spicules. यांची जी बॉडी आहे ती सपोर्ट कोणी केलेला असतो, कोणत्या सेल्सनी केलेला असतो किंवा कोणत्या स्पिक्युल्सनी केलेला किंवा वेगळ्या मॅटरने केलेला असतो, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज ए कॅल्कॅरियस ऑर दी सिलिसियस स्पिक्युल्स. Then these animals reproduce sexually as well as asexually. So they reproduce sexually by gamete formation and they reproduce asexually by different methods. Okay, or by different things. Okay, so these animals are basically things like the fragmentation. Understood? So this is simply regarding the sexual and the asexual reproduction. Then the fertilization process takes place internally. Okay, but the development is indirect or the apratyaksha through a larval stage. That is called as a development is indirect through a larval stage, through a larva. Okay, so these are different characters found in these animals which belong to this particular phylum, that is called as a Porifera. So I repeat all these characters once again. This Porifera phylum indicates pore bearing animals, means the pori means pores and the fera means bearing. These are mostly aquatic, most of them are marine water, while very few animals are freshwater, which are called as sponges. These are asymmetrical. It means that their body cannot be divided into two equal half at any plane. That's why these are asymmetrical. Then their body is colonial. Okay, the colony मध्ये राहतात. Then they are sedentary and their body is perforated by small apertures or the minute apertures which are called as ostia, and they have a osculum. Then their spongocoel is lined by special cells which are this cavity. याच्या आतमध्ये जी cavity असते याच्यामध्ये या cavityला spongocoel cavity असं म्हणतात, and that particular cavity, that is a sphingocele cavity, is lined by special cells which are known as collar cells. Then their body is supported, externally supported by special cells which are known as a calcareous or the siliceous spicules. Then they reproduce asexually as well as sexually. Okay, they reproduce sexually by gamete formation, and the fertilization process takes place internally, and the development is indirect. Okay, and the most important thing is that they have a great power of regeneration. Understood? म्हणजे एखादा पार्ट तुटला तर तो काय होतो, regenerate होतो. That is called as a power of regeneration. So this is simply regarding a first phylum, that is a Porifera. Let us move towards the next phylum, that is phylum Nidaria. It is also called as Coelenterata. Nidaria, second phylum is Nidaria. It starts with the C, N-I-D-A-R-I-A. Nidaria. Okay. याचे एक्झाम्पल्स आहेत हायड्रा, ऑरिलिया आणि फायसेलिया. ही त्याची एक्झाम्पल्स आहेत. आपण इथे हायड्रा हा इथे ड्रॉ केलाय बघा. निडारियाचं टिपिकल एक्झाम्पल आहे हायड्रा, जेलीफिश एक्सेट्रा. तर आपण हा जो हायड्रा आहे तो इथे ड्रॉ केलेला आहे. Let us see different characters of this particular phylum, that is phylum Nidaria. Second phylum, phylum Nidaria. So phylum Nidaria includes these animals like the Hydra, Aurelia, then the Physalia. Let us move towards the characters of this particular phylum Nidaria. So these animals are basically aquatic. Most of them are marine water, while very few animals are freshwater. Then all these animals are basically free living, just like these animals. These are sedentary, म्हणजे हे चिकटलेले असतात कुठेतरी. तर हे जे आहे ते फ्री स्विमिंग आहेत. So these animals are basically free swimming. फ्री स्विमिंग म्हणजे ते मुक्तपणे संचार करणारे, समजते, पाण्यामध्ये मुक्तपणे संचार करणारे आहेत, त्याला फ्री स्विमिंग असं म्हणतात. ओके, and these animals are basically radially symmetrical. Okay, and most of them are diploblastic. It means that their body wall is divided into ectoderm and the endoderm. That is called as a diploblastic. Then they show a blind sac type of body plane. It means that they have a blind sac which shows only one opening. That is called as a blind sac type of body plane. And these animals are basically divided into two, or these animals show two types of body forms, like the polyp and medusa. Polyp means a pipe-like, and the medusa means a umbrella-like. Okay, so they show two types of body forms, that is the polyp and the medusa. Then they have body cavity, no doubt, for the circulation, and for the digestion. They have body cavity that is called as a blind sac body plane. So they use that body blind sac body plane for the circulation as well as for the digestion. They have tentacles. यांना काय असतात, वरती ही टेंटॅकल्स असतात, ही टेंटॅकल्स असतात. ओके, यांना टेंटॅकल्स म्हणतात. आपण आता एलएस घेतलाय, हायड्राचा हा एलएस दिसतो आपल्याला, त्याच्यामुळे पूर्ण आपण त्याची सगळीच टेंटॅकल्स दाखवू शकत नाहीये. तर इथे ही दोन टेंटॅकल्स आपल्याला पाहायला मिळतात. कारण हा एलएस आपण किंवा एका बाजूने आपण बघतो म्हणून तो एलएस सारखा दिसतोय, समजते का. म्हणून हा हायड्रा जो आहे तो एका साईडने बघितल्यानंतर त्याचे दोनच ते टेंटॅकल्स दिसत आहेत. सो दे हॅव टेंटॅकल्स which bear a different types of cells, or the special types of cells which are known as nidocytes. They have tentacles which bear nidocytes for offense and for defense purpose. Okay, so these tentacles bear a special cells which are known as nidocytes, and these animals use these nidocytes or special cells for their special purpose, for offense and for defense purpose. Okay, then these animals are basically these reproduce sexually as well as asexually. Asexual reproduction takes place by budding. Okay, and they reproduce sexually by formation of gametes. Then the most important thing is that these animals show alternation of generation. So their medusa form, first one, that is a polyp form, produces a medusa, and polyp form produces medusa asexually, and medusa form, that is jelly-like form or the jelly-like structure, that is called as a medusa. So that medusa form produces polyp form through asexual reproduction and vice versa. I repeat my sentence. This polyform produces medusa form, okay, asexually, and medusa form produces a polyform sexually, and vice versa. So this is called as the alternation of generation. Let us move towards the third phylum, that is called as a Ctenophora. Okay, it is called as a Ctenophora. Okay. So these third phylum is Ctenophora. Okay, and the example is Pleurobrachia, and the Ctenoplana. याचे हे examples आहेत Ctenophoraचे. And this phylum is very small phylum because this phylum includes very few animals. That's why this phylum Ctenophora is considered as this Ctenophora, and the spelling is Cteno. Okay, it is spelling आहे Ctenophora. Ctenophora. It starts with the C. Tenophora. Ctenophora. Let us see the examples of Ctenophora, Pleurobrachia, and the Ctenoplana. Let us see the characters of the phylum Ctenophora one by one. These are commonly known as comb jelly or sea walnuts. These are commonly known as comb jelly or the sea walnuts. Most of them are marine water, while very few are fresh water. Then these are free swimming, no doubt. Again, these animals are diploblastic, having two body layers, that is the ectoderm and the endoderm. These are radially symmetrical with a blind sac type of body plane. Again, they have a blind sac type of a body plane. Then these animals show a tissue level type of organization. बघा इथे tissue level type of organization बघायला आपल्याला मिळते. It means that they have a different types of tissues. Okay, so that is called as a tissue level type of organization. Then they move from one place to the another place, that is called as a locomotion. So they show locomotion through special 8 rows of ciliated comb plates. They have comb plates. With the help of those comb plates, they can move from one place to the another place. So they have comb plates in 8 rows. Okay, and those cells are known as ciliated comb plates. So with the help of those comb plates, they can move from one place to the another place. Okay, then these are basically known as bioluminescence. Bioluminescence म्हणजेच हे animals जे आहेत ती विशिष्ट प्रकारचा प्रकाश जनरेट करतात. Okay, these animals can generate a particular type of a light. That's why these are known as bioluminescence. Bioluminescence. Okay, यांना म्हणतात bioluminescence असं म्हणतात. Okay, all these animals or the ctenophorians show intra as well as extra cellular digestion. म्हणजे यांच्या बॉडीमध्ये आतमध्ये सुद्धा डायजेशन होतं, त्याचप्रमाणे बाहेर सुद्धा डायजेशन पाहायला मिळतं. आता याची टिनोफोराची मी डायग्राम ड्रॉ केले नाहीये. सो ऑल स्टुडंट्स आर रिक्वेस्टेड टू ओपन युअर टेक्स्ट बुक व्हाईल स्टडींग दिस लेक्चर. ओके, काही डायग्राम्स आहेत त्या आपण इथे दाखवू शकत नाही कारण का कॉम्प्लिकेटेड डायग्राम्स आहेत, त्यामुळे तुम्ही पुस्तकं उघडूनच बसायचं ही लेक्चर्स बघत असताना. देन ते रिप्रोड्यूस सेक्शुअली अँड द डेव्हलपमेंट इज डिरेक्ट. ओके, यांची जी डेव्हलपमेंट आहे ती डायरेक्ट होते आणि यांचं जे रिप्रोडक्शन आहे ती सेक्शुअल रिप्रोडक्शन बघायला मिळतं. Then the pneumoblast are absent. Pneumoblast. I repeat my sentence. They lack pneumoblast. So these are called as anidarian. यांच्यामध्ये nidarians मध्ये pneumoblast असतात, त्या पद्धतीने यांच्यामध्ये pneumoblast पाहायला मिळतं म्हणून यांना anidarians असं म्हणतात. Okay. Instead of that, they have a sticky cells to capture a prey. Okay. त्या बदल्यामध्ये यांच्यामध्ये विशिष्ट प्रकारच्या सेल्स बघायला मिळतात, त्यांना काय म्हणतात, स्टिकी सेल्स म्हणतात. So instead of those pneumoblasts, they have sticky cells to capture their prey. Okay, and this phylum Ctenophora is represented by very few species. That's why this particular phylum Ctenophora, this phylum Ctenophora is considered as a minute phylum or the minor phylum because this is represented by very few species. याच्यामध्ये कमीत कमी स्पीसीज आहेत, त्याच्यामुळे याला मायनर फायलम असं म्हणतात. सो टुडे यू हॅव स्टडीड so many things under this title, that is Kingdom-Animalia. या टॉपिक मध्ये आपण वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टी पाहिल्या, त्याच्यामध्ये वेगवेगळे क्रायटेरिया बघितले. त्या क्रायटेरिया थ्रू वेगवेगळे प्रकारचे जे अॅनिमल्स आहेत त्यांचं क्लासिफिकेशन केलं गेलंय. त्याच्यामध्ये जो पहिला फायलम आपण बघितला तो पोरीफेरा होता, त्याचे कॅरेक्टर्स बघितले. टिपिकल असं सायकॉन आहे. दुसरा फायलम आपण बघितला निडारिया, CNIDARIA, निडारिया. त्याचं एक्झाम्पल आपण इथे ड्रॉ केलं हायड्रा. त्यानंतर आपण याच्यामध्ये जो तिसरा फायलम आज बघितला तो फायलम होता टिनोफोरा, CTENOPHORA. टिनोफोरा. त्याचे आपण ही वेगवेगळी कॅरेक्टर्स बघितले, त्याचे आहे प्लुरोबॅकिया आणि ट्युनोप्लॅना. अशा पद्धतीने आज आपण हे 3 फायलम्स बघितले. पुढच्या वेळेस आपण नेक्स्ट 3 फायलम्स किंवा 4 फायलम्स बघणार आहोत. थँक्यू.